Hi, for a few years from now on, you may not be able to afford laptops, mobile phones, especially gaming PC, because it will cost 40 to 80% more price. Or worst case scenario, there may not be a new model of GPU or laptops released, or it may be delayed for few several years. Here's why. It's because of the global RAM shortage. But the culprit behind the curtain is not AI, as everyone mentioned. You may heard mostly everywhere that RAM crisis is because of AI rapid growth in past few years, but that's not actually all true for global RAM crisis. Although new data centers are built rapidly at multiple places in many countries, not just USA, and it's built mainly to train new AI models and meet the AI demand. And it may feel like due to these massive constructions, RAM crisis happen. This RAM shortage now also has its own name called RAM Megadon, and it's expected to last till 2028. But AI rapid growth is not the real reason for RAM crisis. There is something more going on behind the curtain. Let's unravel it. To understand why, let's focus on main 3 points: supply and demand, bubble and manufacturer fear, and lastly, past lessons. Supply and demand. You all know RAM is a short-term high-speed memory used by computers for storing and retrieving data faster. But it's essentially made from same technology that makes CPU and from the same materials. Sad. You may be surprised to hear this, but all the supply of RAM to the entire world is fulfilled by only three major companies: Samsung, HK Hynix, and Micron. These three companies manufacture almost 90% RAM requirement of the world. It may be shocking, but it's true. So it's not like very dynamic industry where it can adapt to quick changes in market condition. You may ask, why can't more manufacturers come in and start production? It's a valid question. But setting up the chip manufacturing industry takes billions of dollars of investment. Not only money is the problem here, there are other things too. Like to prepare the RAM chips, raw materials like sand has to be prepared with extreme purity, means 99.9999% pure. Such pure silicon materials are nowhere else used. And secondly, besides achieving material purity, setting up a chip fabrication unit also takes around 4 to 5 years of and a minimum of $20 billion. And the third problem is technology behind chip fabrication is photolithography. It's extremely rare and delicate. And you may be shocked to hear this, but there is only one company in the entire world that makes these photolithography machines. That company is ASML. So short answer is building tool is not available for all. So if any changes in demand happens rapidly, to meet the changes, supply cannot be adjusted very well. So in other terms, it causes RAM shortages. Bubble and fear. Many analysts and tech specialists believe that AI is still in bubble state, means its market value can crash, but that doesn't mean AI will lose its value. It means whatever the spending is happening in AI industry may not return in profitable. If you look at this chart, you can see how much AI is spending on its projects compared to other major projects in history. All these projects are very big and change the course of history. If you take a close look, you can see AI is spending almost equal to combined spending of Manhattan Project, Apollo Project, highway projects, broadband projects, and other major public works projects combined. By 2030, spending on AI could reach to $2 trillion. And surprisingly, this AI spending comes from private sector, but for the other major projects, funding used to happen from the government or public sector. So it's not wrong to say AI is in bubble state. In fact, financial analysts believe that leading AI company OpenAI may base or go bankrupt in its near future. So based on these bubble and uncertain conditions of the industry, production of the chips and RAMs cannot be increased. Because if the bubble bursts and demand of RAM decreases, then there will be oversupply of the RAM in market, and it will cause the huge losses to RAM manufacturing companies. RAM manufacturing companies also sell their chips in large contract deals direct to original equipment manufacturer. So any future production volume of chips depends on the past contracts made with the manufacturers. And these deals take times to happen, naturally deciding the supply and demand chain in the market. Past lesson. RAM market is not stable or fixed, it's cyclical. So price increase and decrease always happens. From past incidents, RAM manufacturers learned that it is better to underproduce rather than overproduce and make loss. For example, in 2022 and 2023, there is a massive price collapse in DRAM. Nearly 30% price drop happened and companies faced major losses. The reason for this is post-COVID demand drop, and companies had too much inventory that is unsold due to slower demand in consumer electronics. So RAM manufacturer decide to go in high production only if there is a legit consumer demand in near future. So in this AI bubble type situation, nobody wants to bet their money in overproduction.